Another here everybody got me. You can see her along with the entire cast in a show we call The Book, 7 Chapters, 1 Adventure. The first showings of the book happened on day number 3 of this cruise. It's the only show that requires reservations, so be sure to make your reservations through the Royal Caribbean app, and do not miss that show right here inside this venue. It's great, you're gonna love it. Now folks, we're gonna show you one more robotics show, but just instead of just showing you the show, I want to give you a little appreciation to what goes into the preparing of a robotics show, because there's a whole lot behind the scenes to make all this magic happen. So we're going to show you a robotics show in a few moments called Oceanides. But in order to give you an idea of what goes into the whole thing, the time, the expense, the technology, and of course the incredible vision that some of these people have, I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes making of that very robotic show. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is the making of Oceanides. So good at the cafe, I love it.
Something that's never been done before.
What's exciting is making the impossible possible, making the audience feel that what they're seeing is impossible.
We are at the precipice of a completely new form of cinematography. People liken Royal Caribbean to being the Las Vegas of the oceans. We now have 50 venues on 26 ships, 134 productions, 1,500 cast members, 600 musicians. The crown jewel in the entertainment package is, of course, the RoboScreen installation. 6 robots, 6 axes each, 36 axes with 6 massive video screens. We had to go to the best people in the world to help us execute video on it, and there was no question that it was mobile.
We use a lot of technology, we use a lot of interactivity, and we mix a lot of the physical world with the digital world. We create new types of entertainment to bring people together physically.
We, over the years, have created 12 vignettes, but only one of them was live action, and that's the famous Dance in a Box. We came up with the idea of putting a dancer in a green box and rotating it, and then recreating those movements on the RoboScreens. Oceanides is the second in the Dance in a Box series.
Nick and Julian came up with this idea of doing this in water tank.
Imagine water tanks rotating. I'm like, okay, I'm your man.
It's very technically complex, very technically difficult, very dangerous.
People have built water tanks before. I'm pretty sure it's the first time that someone builds a rotating tank. It's heavy engineering, not only to be able to rotate this thing with the weight of the water and the pressure, but also to come up with security features for the performers to be safe, because this thing gets sealed. They're basically trapped in there.
We've got 4x4x7, which is quite small for synchronized swimmer. We're used to having a lot of space. We're used to being able to move back and forth.
It is a dance show, but there are levels of symbolism. Oceanide is the story of a pearl diver who dives into the ocean to find treasures. She comes across a group of water nymphs.
It's a fairy tale, it's a fantasy, and it's an adventure.
The perspective shifts and the illusion of depth are key principles in Oceanides. Ryan Marshall, who did all the pre-visualization, calculating the camera movement to achieve the movement that will create the perspective that we need.
There's a limitation of these physical screens driving a limited movement of another physical thing, and that's the toughest challenge, to find where those two worlds intersect.
We're actually synchronizing the rotation of the tank with the movement of the physical screens, the movement of the cameras with the movements of the screens as well.
There were a few little technical hiccups. We have a computer-controlled camera. Would it hit someone in the head? Yes. The first time we rotated the tank, would it leak? Yes.
This is still a stunt, and the worst thing that you can do is start overlooking stuff. There's over 250 lighting cues in the show. 35 seconds without air, without breathing, basically working blind.
It's very disorienting. So if you're all claustrophobic, it's a little scary.
The idea behind the ending of the show is to drain the water out of the tank, and Miho, one of our performers, injured herself. The suction of the water was stronger than what she was prepared for, so she ended up being pulled at the bottom of the tank very fast. It was very stressful. We had to stop everything to make sure that Miho was alright. So we really didn't know if Miho would be able to get back on the set. Miho did come back the next day with a big smile, and she wanted to get back in the tank, and finished filming her scenes. It was very inspiring. We decided on a new ending which would be symmetrical to the beginning. Everything was real, live on camera. We wanted to use real animals. Koi fish are colorful, tropical, and caimans, small crocodiles, and one baby alligator.
It's really impressive when you start seeing these tanks moving. You feel like, wow, this is possible. What's going on?
It's fantastic. It's really fun. I mean, we have a really great creative space to be working and to be growing.
I am a kid at heart. This is obviously playtime. Very happy, over the moon.
I think with this film we achieved something that is both aesthetically and technically a prowess.
This really is a dynamic video live performance that I think will be awe-inspiring to people that see it.
I feel extremely lucky to bring back what's at the heart of Royal Caribbean, the ocean.
There was a tendency for us to slightly forget the ocean outside the window. This is a really good reminder of what we're doing and where we are. I think that's a good line to close out on.
So there you go, folks. That is the making of Ocean.